Welcome to the most exciting coin discovery of your life. Today, we're diving into the mysterious and ultra-rare bicentennial coins, an ordinary-looking coin with the power to make you a millionaire overnight. If you've got this hidden gem in your pocket, your entire future could change in an instant. Let's unlock the secrets behind this legendary piece of treasure. First up, the 1974 Australian 10-cent coin carries a story of transition, national pride, and unexpected rarity that has captivated collectors across the globe. Introduced just 8 years after Australia adopted decimal currency in 1966, this coin marks an era where the country moved from pounds and shillings to a modern monetary system that aligned with global standards. The 10-cent coin, featuring the iconic Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and the Australian lyrebird on the reverse, became a symbol of this transformation. Although millions of these coins were minted for circulation, time, wear, and metal degradation have made examples in pristine or even very fine condition increasingly scarce. A dirty and heavily circulated coin may seem unremarkable at first glance, but its historical context, age, and connection to the earliest years of decimal coinage are what make it desirable among enthusiasts today. Though many believe the 1974 10-cent coin to be made of silver or other exotic metals, its true composition is a copper-nickel alloy, consisting mainly of copper blended with nickel for durability and a bright metallic sheen. This copper content contributes to the color shifts and tarnishing seen in very dirty or heavily circulated coins, giving them a rustic patina that hints at decades of use. Over time, coins stored in pockets, drawers, and humid environments develop dirt, oxidation, and surface corrosion, yet these features don't always diminish value. In fact, collectors find that beneath this grime could lie a rare strike, a well-preserved rim, or an error detail that makes it highly valuable. Even with tarnish or discoloration, an original 1974 10-cent coin with no major damage, dents, or deep scratches can be worth significantly more than its face value due to its copper-based alloy and dwindling numbers in higher grades. The rarity of the 1974 10-cent coin in very fine or extremely fine condition is tied to both natural circulation and limited survival rates. While millions were produced, most were used daily and eventually worn down to smooth, indistinct surfaces. Clean, sharply struck examples are hard to find, and certified pieces graded by professional numismatic organizations fetch the highest premiums. In today's collector market, ordinary circulated versions might hold modest value, but coins with exceptional detail, minimal wear, or unique minting errors can reach astonishing prices. Reports and auctions suggest values ranging anywhere from $1,000 to $9,000 or more for superior or error specimens, especially those authenticated and preserved in protective cases. The rising interest in early decimal currency has further increased demand, turning this common-looking coin into a treasure for skilled collectors. Investing in a 1974 Australian 10-cent coin is not just about acquiring metal. It's about securing a piece of numismatic history with growing financial potential. As more people become aware of the limited number of high-grade examples, competition has intensified. Investors are now considering early decimal Australian coins like this one as alternative assets, appreciating them for their historical roots, scarcity, and steady rise in value. Coins that are certified by reputable grading services hold the greatest long-term potential, as official authentication confirms their genuineness and grade. These professionally graded coins are easier to resell, insure, and store, making them ideal for both beginner and advanced investors. In a world of fluctuating stock markets and digital currencies, physical collectibles like this coin offer a stable, tangible form of wealth preservation. For collectors looking to find, preserve, or trade these coins, condition is everything. Even a dirty 1974 10-cent coin should never be aggressively cleaned, as improper cleaning can scratch the surface and reduce its value permanently. Instead, collectors should focus on gentle storage methods, such as acid-free holders, coin flips, or slabs provided by grading companies. Learning to identify grading standards from fine F to very fine VF, extra fine XF, and uncirculated UNC is essential for making informed decisions. Subtle differences in rim sharpness, hair curls on the Queen's portrait, or feather details on the lyrebird determine grade and market value. Joining numismatic clubs, attending coin fairs, and participating in online forums helps collectors gain knowledge, spot rare varieties, and avoid counterfeits or overpriced pieces. These communities often offer mentorship, shared experiences, and early access to rare finds. Certification is a crucial step in elevating the value of a 1974 10-cent coin from simple pocket chain to a respected collectible. Professional grading agencies examine coins under magnification, assessing strike quality, luster, mint errors, and wear patterns before assigning them a certified grade. Collectors who send their coins for certification not only protect their investment, but also increase the coin's appeal to buyers worldwide. Certification also records the coin's details in official databases, preserving its legacy for future generations. For investors and collectors alike, certified coins create trust in the marketplace, eliminating doubts about authenticity. With rising global interest in Australian coinage, certified high-grade 1974 10-cent coins are becoming increasingly desirable among buyers from Europe, North America, and Asia. Beyond its monetary value, the 1974 10-cent coin stands as a cultural symbol of Australian identity, resilience, and modernization. The lyrebird engraved on its reverse is a national emblem of creativity and adaptation, while Queen Elizabeth II's portrait reflects a shared historical bond with the Commonwealth. Each coin tells a silent story of trade, travel, and daily life across generations, making it more than just a collector's item. Its international appeal comes from Australia's growing presence in global numismatics, where collectors admire the country's unique wildlife designs, craftsmanship, and historical transitions. This small coin has managed to connect people across continents, serving as a symbol of heritage and artistic expression. As time passes, the 1974 Australian 10-cent coin continues to appreciate in both sentimental and financial value. Collectors see it not just as a relic of the past, but as an asset for the future, backed by history, rarity, and cultural meaning. With increasing interest in early decimal currency and a limited number of high-grade examples left, its price is likely to rise further. For those who invest now, whether by purchasing, preserving, or certifying their coins, the rewards may be significant in the years to come. In a world where trends come and go, this coin remains a timeless reminder of national pride, international admiration, and the enduring worth of tangible history. Even in very dirty or worn condition, the 1974 Australian 10-cent coin holds a unique presence in the antique market, not just because of its age, but due to its silent endurance through decades of circulation. It has passed through countless hands, from everyday Australians in the 1970s to modern collectors searching for overlooked treasures in coin jars and old drawers. This tangible journey from common currency to collectible heritage gives it a soul-like quality, which is why collectors treasure it even when it shows signs of grime, oxidation, or discoloration. The beauty of this coin lies not only in its shine, but in its survival. And as its numbers dwindle through melting, loss, and damage, every surviving specimen, no matter how dirty, gains added historical weight. This idea of owning something that once traveled through eras of change, fashion, economy, and culture is what makes this coin stand out among global numismatic pieces. Looking into the future, experts and seasoned collectors believe that the value of this coin will only rise due to its cultural symbolism, emotional nostalgia, and international appeal. As younger generations develop interest in vintage currency and the stories behind them, coins like the 1974 10-cent piece are becoming educational tools, decorative artifacts, and investment assets at the same time. Museums, auction houses, and private collectors around the world continue to showcase Australian decimal coins, raising their global exposure and credibility. This coin is no longer just a currency from the past. It is a tiny ambassador of Australian history, innovation, and artistic coin making that attracts admiration far beyond national borders. Its copper-based composition, historic design, and economic rarity ensure that it will remain a treasured collectible appreciated not just for profit, but for the meaningful legacy it carries into the future. Second, the 1975 Australian 10-cent coin represents more than just a small piece of metal. It stands as a symbol of a nation still adapting to its new decimal currency system, introduced less than a decade earlier in 1966. The early decimal coins marked a turning point in Australian history, shifting away from the British-inspired pounds, shillings, and pence toward a modern and globally recognized monetary format. While millions of 10-cent coins were minted in 1975 for everyday use, most were heavily circulated, leaving behind only a small number that survive today in very fine or better condition. Even coins in dirty and worn condition still reflect the craftsmanship of the era, with Queen Elizabeth II's portrait on the obverse and the graceful Australian lyrebird on the reverse. What makes this coin stand out is its connection to a transformative time in Australian history, making it a desirable treasure even when coated with decades of dirt and tarnish. Composed mainly of copper mixed with nickel, the 1975 10-cent coin was designed to endure constant handling and harsh environmental conditions. But this copper content also causes many coins to lose their original luster over time, resulting in dark spots, oxidation, and uneven surfaces, especially when exposed to moisture or stored carelessly. These signs of age may seem unattractive to the untrained eye, but for collectors, they provide proof of authenticity and age. Underneath the grime lies a coin that has survived nearly half a century, and examples that retain sharp edges, clear lettering, and defined lyrebird feather details are increasingly difficult to find, making them particularly valuable to collectors and investors alike. The rarity of the 1975 10-cent coin in very fine condition has been steadily increasing due to years of circulation, melting, and neglect. Coins with full detail, unblemished rims, and minimal wear can sell for anywhere between $1,000 and $9,000 or even more, depending on condition, mint errors, and certification. Error coins, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet flaws, can command exceptionally high prices at auctions. The growing global interest in early decimal Australian currency has pushed demand higher, especially for certified high-grade examples. Collectors and historians value the 1975 issue for its balance of rarity, affordability in lower grades, and investment potential in premium conditions. From an investment perspective, holding a 1975 Australian 10-cent coin is like owning a small but powerful piece of history. While traditional investments rise and fall with market conditions, collectible coins offer a tangible asset based on rarity, heritage, and rising demand. As more collectors recognize the scarcity of high-grade early decimal coins, the value of authenticated and certified 1975 10-cent pieces continues to appreciate. Coins that remain uncleaned and original, especially those graded by reputable institutions, are far more attractive to investors. These coins are easier to insure, trade internationally, and store securely, making them a reliable addition to any long-term investment portfolio. For collectors hoping to preserve or find such coins, knowledge and patience are essential. Even if your 1975 10-cent coin is extremely dirty, avoid scrubbing or polishing it, as this can permanently damage the surface and reduce its value. Instead, secure the coin in acid-free holders, albums, or slabs. Understanding grading standards from fine F to very fine VF, extra fine EF, almost uncirculated AU, and mint state MS is vital for determining true worth. Subtle details such as the sharpness of Queen Elizabeth II's hair curls, the texture on the lyrebird's feathers, or the clarity of the date and lettering make all the difference. Joining coin clubs, online collector communities, and attending coin fairs allows you to learn from experienced numismatists, discover rare pieces, and avoid counterfeits or overpriced deals. Certification plays a major role in unlocking the full value of a 1975 10-cent coin. Professional grading services analyze the coin's authenticity, strike quality, luster, and wear under magnification before sealing it in a protective holder with a unique identification number. A certified coin not only proves its originality, but also increases buyer confidence on the international market. Certification helps preserve the coin for future generations and adds credibility if you choose to sell or pass down your collection. As more collectors worldwide show interest in Australian currency, particularly from Europe, Asia, and North America, certified coins have become the most trusted way to invest in numismatic assets. Culturally, the 1975 10-cent coin is a symbol of Australia's identity, modernization, and connection to both tradition and innovation. The lyrebird, a native species known for its ability to mimic sounds and adapt to its environment, represents creativity and resilience, while the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II reflects Australia's ties to the British Commonwealth. Each coin carries silent stories of trade, travel, and everyday life, passing through the hands of families, workers, and shopkeepers across decades. Owning such a coin is not just about profit. It is about preserving a piece of national heritage that continues to inspire pride among Australians and admiration from global collectors. As time progresses, the 1975 Australian 10-cent coin is expected to grow in significance, both culturally and financially. With fewer high-grade examples remaining and increasing interest from new generations of collectors, its long-term value continues to rise. What was once a simple coin used to buy a newspaper or candy is now considered a historical artifact and a smart investment. Its copper composition, striking design, and numismatic importance ensure that it stands the test of time. For those who recognize its worth today, whether in dirty, worn, or preserved condition, this coin represents more than money. It embodies history, legacy, and the promise of enduring value for years to come. Even when covered in dirt, oxidation, or surface discoloration, the 1975 Australian 10-cent coin holds an undeniable charm that speaks to its long journey through decades of change. Each scratch, faded detail, and worn edge is a reminder of its role in Australian life, from small purchases at local shops to the hands of travelers moving across the country. What makes a dirty coin valuable is not its appearance, but its authenticity, age, and rarity. Beneath the grime could be sharp lettering, intact rims, or even a minting error waiting to be uncovered. Collectors often see beauty not in perfection, but in survival. As other coins are lost, melted down, or cleaned improperly, every remaining original 1975 10-cent coin becomes more precious, especially when it can be carefully restored or professionally graded without losing its original character. Looking ahead, both collectors and investors agree that the 1975 10-cent coin is on a path of rising global appreciation, especially as more people discover its cultural symbolism, artistic value, and historical importance. International collectors are increasingly drawn to Australian coinage for its unique wildlife designs, royal portraiture, and connection to a defining era of modern currency. This global interest drives demand, especially for certified and well-preserved examples. Over time, As markets fluctuate and digital currencies grow more dominant, physical collectibles like this coin gain even more emotional and financial significance. It is not just a relic of the past, but a testament to craftsmanship, national identity, and enduring value, making it a timeless piece that will continue to appreciate in worth, sentiment. Third, the 1976 Australian 10-cent coin may appear ordinary at first glance, especially when found in a dirty or worn condition. But beneath its tarnished surface lies one of the most compelling stories in modern numismatics. Struck a decade after the introduction of Australia's decimal currency system in 1966, this coin is part of the early era of decimal coinage, when Australians were transitioning from pounds, shillings, and pence to a more streamlined monetary structure. The coin features Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and the iconic lyrebird on the reverse, making it a symbol of national identity and artistic craftsmanship. Despite millions being minted, few survive today in very fine or higher condition, as most were heavily used in daily transactions. The combination of long-term circulation, environmental exposure, and natural wear makes the 1976 10-cent coin a rare and valuable find, especially for collectors seeking untouched, original pieces even in very dirty condition. Composed primarily of copper blended with nickel, the 1976 10-cent coin possesses a durable yet reactive alloy that shows signs of age over time. The copper content contributes to the darkening, discoloration, and grime buildup seen on many surviving examples. While some may see a dirty surface as damage, experienced collectors know that this natural patina can actually increase desirability by proving authenticity and originality. Underneath layers of dirt, there may be finely preserved details such as sharp legends, defined hair strands on the Queen's portrait, and clear lyrebird feather patterns that indicate high-grade preservation. As fewer untouched examples remain, coins that retain their original metal quality and fine details, despite being dirty, command significant respect and value among numismatic enthusiasts. Rarity plays a major role in determining the value of the 1976 10-cent coin. While ordinary circulated pieces may hold sentimental or educational value, examples in very fine, extremely fine, or uncirculated condition are becoming exceptionally hard to find. Auction records and collector estimates suggest that high-grade or error coin varieties from this year can fetch anywhere from $1,000 to $9,000 or more, especially when authenticated and encapsulated by a professional grading service. Error coins, such as double strikes, off-center prints, or planchet defects, can push prices even higher due to their uniqueness. With growing global interest in early Australian decimal coins, the demand for the 1976 10-cent coin has risen sharply, transforming what was once everyday pocket change into a sought-after treasure for serious collectors. From an investment standpoint, the 1976 Australian 10-cent coin provides excellent long-term potential. Tangible assets like rare coins offer stability in a world where digital currencies and stock markets fluctuate unpredictably. As the number of well-preserved examples continues to decline, the value of certified high-grade coins steadily increases. Investors are drawn to this coin not only for its financial promise, but also for its historical and cultural weight. A certified coin authenticated by a trusted grading organization not only guarantees authenticity, but also significantly boosts its resale value, insurability, and international tradability. For collectors and investors alike, acquiring a 1976 10-cent coin in original, unaltered condition is a wise step into the world of numismatic wealth. Collectors hopping to uncover or preserve a valuable 1976 10-cent coin should approach it with care and knowledge. Even if the coin appears extremely dirty, it is crucial never to clean it aggressively, as improper cleaning can scratch the surface and dramatically reduce its value. Instead, it should be preserved in soft, acid-free holders, albums, or professional grading slabs to prevent further deterioration. Understanding coin grading standards from fine F to very fine VF, extra fine XF, almost uncirculated AU, and mint state MS is essential for evaluating and trading coins accurately. Subtle elements such as the visibility of the queen's crown details, the texture of the lyrebird's feathers, and the sharpness of the rim can make the difference between a low-value coin and a high-value collectible. Certification is one of the most important steps in unlocking the full potential of a 1976 10-cent coin. Professional grading services carefully examine the coin for strike quality, wear, luster, and minting errors before assigning it a grade. Once certified, the coin is sealed in a protective slab with a unique serial number, making it easier to sell, showcase, or pass down as a family heirloom. Certified coins are highly sought after in international markets because they eliminate doubts about authenticity and condition. As global collector communities, particularly in Europe, Asia, and North America, continue to appreciate Australian coinage, demand for certified high-grade 1976 10-cent coins is expected to grow even stronger. Beyond investment and rarity, the 1976 10-cent coin carries deep cultural symbolism and national pride. The lyrebird on the reverse is a native Australian species known for its extraordinary ability to mimic sounds and adapt to its surroundings, symbolizing creativity, resilience, and connection to nature. Meanwhile, the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II reflects Australia's historical ties to the Commonwealth and its evolving identity through the modern era. Each coin tells a silent story of Australian life, of trade, travel, conversations, and memories, making it more than a monetary object. It is a miniature time capsule that captures the spirit of a nation in transition and the artistic beauty of its early decimal coinage. Looking ahead, the long-term value appreciation of the 1976 Australian 10-cent coin appears promising, both financially and historically. As digital payments replace physical currency and fewer coins remain in circulation, these early decimal coins become relics of a bygone era. Collectors, historians, and investors are increasingly recognizing them as cultural artifacts and valuable assets. With rising international demand, limited surviving high-grade examples, and increasing recognition in global numismatic communities, the 1976 10-cent coin stands as a testament to Australia's heritage and the enduring worth of tangible history. For those who hold on to it today, whether in dirty, aged, or certified condition, its legacy and value will only continue to grow for generations to come. Even in its most weathered and dirty condition, the 1976 Australian 10-cent coin holds an undeniable charm that cannot be replicated by modern minting. Every scratch, oxidation mark, and worn detail speaks of the thousands of transactions, countless hands, and many decades it has passed through. Instead of diminishing its value, this worn appearance often deepens its historical appeal, especially when key features like the lyrebird's feathers or the queen's portrait remain partially visible beneath the grime. Collectors appreciate originality over artificial shine, which is why untouched coins, even when dirty, are often more sought after than polished ones. As more people learn to recognize the difference between naturally aged coins and those altered by cleaning, the appreciation for these raw, untouched 1976 coins continues to grow steadily in the numismatic world. In the years to come, this coin will not only be valued for its market price, but for its cultural, artistic, and historical significance. Museums, private collectors, and international buyers are already recognizing the coin's place in Australia's story, from the birth of decimal currency to its evolving national identity. As global interest in Australian coinage increases, so does the potential for this coin to become a highlight in prestigious auctions and personal collections around the world. Its legacy is more than metal and money. It is a reflection of craftsmanship, national pride, and the romance of history preserved in palm-sized form. For those who own or seek the 1976 10-cent coin today, its future holds not just financial return, but a lasting connection to Australia's past and a growing admiration from the world of numismatics. Fourth, the 1977 Australian 10-cent coin is one of those hidden treasures that often goes unnoticed in old drawers, piggy banks, or inherited coin jars. Yet it holds an impressive legacy that few expect from such a small piece of currency. Issued more than a decade after the shift to decimal currency in 1966, this coin continues the legacy of Australia's transition from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to a modern decimal structure. Its obverse carries the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, while the reverse showcases the Australian lyrebird, an iconic symbol of elegance and natural artistry. Although millions were minted for everyday use, very few survive today in very fine condition because they were heavily circulated through daily transactions, exposed to dirt, moisture, and time. When found in extremely dirty condition, with tarnish or oxidation covering its surface, it may not look valuable to the untrained eye. But beneath that worn exterior lies a piece of numismatic history that is becoming increasingly rare and desirable among collectors. The alloy used in the 1977 10-cent coin consists mainly of copper mixed with nickel, a combination that gives it strength and durability while also making it prone to discoloration and darkening over time. The copper content reacts with the environment, humidity, air pollution, skin oils, causing greenish, brown, or dark gray patina to form. These natural imperfections are signs of age and authenticity, which seasoned collectors often prefer over unnatural shine from cleaning or polishing. A very dirty coin may mask crucial details like the fine feathers of the lyrebird or the curls in Queen Elizabeth II's hair. But if these details remain visible beneath the grime, the coin holds significant value. Collectors today are not only looking for clean or shiny coins, they are searching for original, untouched pieces that tell a story through their wear and natural patina. Although the 1977 10-cent coin is relatively common in low grades, examples in very fine or extremely fine condition are rare due to mass circulation. Over the decades, countless pieces were scratched, dented, or lost, while others were melted down or cleaned improperly, drastically reducing their collectible value. High-grade examples, especially those with clear details and preserved luster, can sell anywhere between $1,000 and $9,000 or more when verified by professional grading organizations. Error coins, such as off-center strikes or planchet flaws, can exceed these values due to their uniqueness. This increasing rarity and global interest in early decimal Australian coins have created a competitive market where the 1977 10-cent coin is now considered a prized acquisition. Even in dirty condition, if the coin holds strong design features and remains undamaged, it may attract impressive offers from collectors. As an investment, the 1977 Australian 10-cent coin offers a tangible, historically rich asset with strong growth potential. Unlike paper investments that fluctuate with markets and economic shifts, rare coins offer stability backed by history, scarcity, and collector demand. Investors increasingly turn to numismatics as an alternative store of value, particularly coins from the early decimal era. A certified high-grade 1977 10-cent coin is easier to sell internationally, more secure to insure, and more likely to appreciate in value over time. For investors, the key lies not in polished appearance, but in originality, certified authenticity, and the preservation of subtle details that distinguish valuable coins from common ones. Collectors seeking to preserve or upgrade their 1977 10-cent coins must understand that condition is everything. While dirt and oxidation can be tolerated, scratches, harsh cleaning marks, and dents drastically reduce a coin's value. The safest way to handle these coins is by using cotton gloves and storing them in acid-free holders, archival flips, or protective slabs. Learning grading standards from fine F to very fine VF, extra fine XF, almost uncirculated AU, and mint state MS is essential for accurately determining worth. A coin with clear facial details, visible lyrebird feathers, and strong rim edges will always outperform heavily worn or damaged pieces, even if both coins appear dirty. Joining local or online numismatic communities allows collectors to trade knowledge, spot counterfeits, and discover rare opportunities before they reach the open market. Certification is a crucial step for any collector or investor looking to maximize the value of a 1977 10-cent coin. Professional grading services closely examine the coin's surface, strike quality, luster, and authenticity before assigning an official grade. A certified coin is placed in a sealed plastic slab with a unique identification code, ensuring its protection and credibility. This not only enhances trust among buyers, but also allows the coin to be confidently traded across borders with full assurance of its value. Certified 1977 10-cent coins are already gaining popularity in international auctions and online marketplaces, with collectors from Europe, Asia, and America showing growing interest in Australia's early decimal coinage. Beyond monetary value, the 1977 10-cent coin carries deep cultural and historical significance. The lyrebird symbolizes Australia's natural beauty and artistic spirit, while Queen Elizabeth II's portrait reflects national unity during a transformative era. Each coin serves as a small relic of everyday Australian life, one that has passed through countless hands, witnessed economic changes, and remained a quiet part of national history. This emotional connection adds to its appeal, making it more than a collectible. It becomes a historical artifact that represents a nation's evolution, identity, and creativity. In the long term, the value of the 1977 Australian 10-cent coin is expected to rise, not only in financial terms but also in cultural and historical appreciation. As physical currency gives way to digital payments, coins like this one become even more treasured as relics of another time. The demand for untouched, high-grade examples is growing steadily, and fewer coins survive with their original details intact. Collectors, historians, and investors are beginning to view the 1977 10-cent coin as a piece of national heritage with international appeal and lasting value. For those who preserve it today, whether in dirty or certified form, it promises not just financial return, but a legacy of history, craftsmanship, and enduring beauty passed on to future generations. Even beyond its monetary worth, the 1977 Australia 10-cent coin holds a deep cultural symbolism that resonates with citizens and collectors alike. It reflects Australia's transformation during the era of decimalisation, when the nation moved away from its colonial currency system and embraced a modern economic identity. The intricate design featuring the iconic lyrebird reminds the world of Australia's rich biodiversity and artistic heritage, making this coin not just a currency, but a national emblem in miniature form. Even in very dirty or worn condition, the spirit of its era remains embedded in every line and curve, making it feel like a forgotten chapter from history waiting to be rediscovered. For many Australians, this coin evokes memories of daily life in the 1970s, markets, school canteens, bus fares, and simple living, preserving cultural pride in a palm-sized artifact that people once used every day without knowing it could be a future treasure. In international numismatic circles, the 1977 Australia 10-cent coin has become an object of fascination due to its scarcity, rising financial potential, and strong historical significance. Collectors from Europe, America, and Asia are actively seeking high-grade specimens, especially those still rich with original detail or restored after proper conservation. Its value continues to appreciate steadily over time, proving that even minor denominations can evolve into prestigious collectibles when backed by rarity, cultural relevance, and increasing global demand. As more coins are lost, melted, or damaged, the surviving pieces become even more valuable, particularly for investors who understand long-term appreciation rather than quick sales. In the years ahead, this coin is expected to gain even more recognition, not just as a rare collectible but as a tangible symbol of Australia's economic history, artistic expression, and cultural identity preserved through metal, memory, and time.